Well, it's a time of the month when we talk about tractor sales, machinery, agricultural machinery, and as usual, I welcome Dr. Jim Rankin. Jim, welcome once again.
Thank you, Lisa. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. How does tractor sales for June compare to last year this time? And what drove the increase in sales?
I think the industry was quite surprised by the sales, which were about 13% up. Year on year, they're about the same as they were last year. The tractor sales, it's very difficult to monitor, because what's happening is that we're getting outside factors affecting sales. And when I say outside factors, I mean stock levels, shipments coming in, and that sometimes affects the sales. So we suspect that there was a big ship that came in with lots of tractors, or lots of ships that came in with lots of tractors, and that companies were able to move the tractors straight to the customers. But the sales are good, but they are turning down. So they won't be, we don't expect them to be as good as they were last year.
The weakening of the rand, what effect does that have?
It has a short-term effect, where farmers know that there are older, cheaper priced tractors in stock, and they may have made the decision to buy the tractor, for example, for the forthcoming summer cropping season, and they just bring their buying decision forward, and they benefit from the lower price. So that's really what happens. You know, once the rand is weakened, then we're back on the treadmill again. Farmers have snapped up those cheaper priced tractors, and then they have to go on to the current price tractors.
When farmers consider buying agricultural machinery, which factors does it have an impact, and how do they consider? What do they think about before?
I think many farmers have replacement programs. It might be 3 years, it might be 5 years. But what is important is for the farmer to have reliable tractors for certain tasks, like planting. When it's planting time, and your tractor must perform. So there's that side of it, and then there's also the side where farmers are looking to do processes in the cropping program more efficiently. So it might be that they buy a bigger tractor to be able to do more work in a shorter period of time. And these are some of the processes which farmers use to guide their buying programs.
Now, that was tractors. We have to talk about harvesters as well. Sales remain buoyant. What are the reasons for this?
Yes, the sales are crazy. We haven't seen them for many years. And as I've said before, the combines which are going out now are big combines. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, we never heard of combines with engine powers over 400 kilowatts. So there's a lot of harvesting capacity going into the field. And there's several reasons. Yes, there's more crops which need harvesting. Soybeans need harvesting at a particular time. You can't just leave them on the land like you can with maize, where you've got a long period to harvest. There's canola in the Western Cape, and I think what's happened is that farmers have seen the opportunity to replace aging combine harvesters, and they've gone at it with a vengeance, and that's what's happening this year.
Season lying ahead, what do you predict?
Well, everybody's talking about El Nino.
Right.
And we never quite know what it's going to bring. I've heard that many farmers with the conservation tillage practices have been able to conserve enough moisture such that they can, I wouldn't say overcome, but they can
manage it better.
Because they've got the water table and they've got moisture in the soil, such that if they have a week or two without rain during the season, they can ride that. So farmers are managing cropping better, so that things like El Nino will have less of an influence on their crop.
Jim, thank you very much. See you next time.
It's a pleasure. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see Jim again next month. Jim Rankin from the Agricultural Machinery Association.